The following is a fan-made review. No Exorcist is the property of A1 Pictures, MADMAN Entertainment, ANIPLEX of America, MANGA Entertainment, TBS, MBS, and KAZUE KATO. Please support the official release. The following review is brought to you by What up, y'all? It's the Black Critic Guy, and today I'm here to review the anime No Exorcist, or Blue Exorcist in the English translation. And I gotta say, I found this anime very entertaining. Very entertaining. So the story of No Exorcist follows Rin Okumura, a quick-tempered 15-year-old boy who lives in a monastery with his twin brother Yukio and his surrogate father, Shiro Fujimoto. One day, Rin starts noticing these bug-like creatures flying everywhere, and people don't even notice them. And he also bumps into a kid that he beat up the day before, but he looks very different. He looks more demonic. He faces the kid who is possessed by a demonic being again, but this time, in a burst of anger, releases a blue flame. The demonic kid, knowing what the blue flames meant, tries to take Rin to Gehenna, which is the world of demons. Luckily, Rin is saved at the last minute by Fujimoto, and Fujimoto defeats the demon and explains to Rin that he's actually the son of Satan. And from here, our story begins. So I've heard about No Exorcist for a very long time. It kind of reminds me of other shonen animes, and I'm going to get into that later on. And I was requested to watch this anime by one of my good friends and also one of my subscribers. His name is Roger, but on YouTube his name is In Olum. And like I said, I found this anime very entertaining. I liked it a lot. To dive into a few things that really entertain me, the anime itself is just entertaining throughout. I love to follow the stories. I love to follow the characters. Every one of them was entertaining. There was not really a weak link in the story, basically, and I was just entertained throughout. Now, one thing that a action anime must have is good animation. And does it have good animation? You betcha. The animation is very fluid, and when they're doing the action scenes is when the animation gets a lot fluid. Like, the action scenes are so crisp, and you can see the blows. It just looks awesome. And going off the whole animation and how fluid it is, the action scenes are awesome and intense, and they're sweet to watch as well. I mean, you got Rin just beating the shit out of other demons, or Rin beating the shit out of other people. Is just awesome to watch. And this doesn't count as a spoiler, but I actually read the manga, and one thing that I really didn't like in the manga is how they didn't really expand on how Father Fujimoto is supposed to be this badass Paladin exorcist, but in the anime they really highlight that he is a badass. I mean, you see him in action, and when he's fighting, it's awesome. But the biggest pro of this anime does not come from its action scenes, but actually its characters, because the anime has very well developed characters. They're all fun and they all have great chemistry with each other. The three characters that I really think had the strongest bond was actually the two twins and Father Fujimoto. You actually see them actually develop their relationship, and I got the feel that these two are actually brothers. I mean, they care for each other. They kind of hate each other because, you know, there's that brotherly feud between each other. There's a lot of tension and a lot of malice, but at the end of the day, you realize, hey, you're my brother, I love you. And then finally, you got the bond between Yukio, Rin, and Father Fujimoto. Now, he is not their real father. He is their surrogate father. But you can just feel this bond and connection that he shares with these two kids. He loves them to death. They had very nice moments. They had touching moments. They really connected with each other, and just showing the flashbacks between Rin and Fujimoto when he was a kid and their development was awesome to watch. But as many other shonen action animes, this thing has a lot of problems that I felt like they needed to fix. First of all, falling into the shonen anime genre, this anime has a lot of cliches. The main character in itself is a cliche that was copied and pasted from other shows. I mean, think about it. A teenager who discovers he has demonic powers. Where have I heard this before? That's exactly my point. I mean, you see these three characters, they all later on will discover, oh, I have a demon inside me, and it makes me powerful. In that sense, it just comes off as cliche. There are other things that make this show very cliche, but I don't have enough time to explain it all. But that's one of the main cliches that I noticed. The main character himself is a cliche of other anime characters, but that doesn't stop him from being badass. One thing that this anime really lacked that other shonen animes actually had was great development of training. Like, they never really showed them actually training. I wanted to see Rin and the other exorcists actually train to become exorcists. And on the exorcism, I would love to have seen a lot of exorcisms. We see like 1, maybe 2, 3 exorcisms in the entire show, and the whole show revolves around people that are exorcists and are trained to be exorcists. Let's see some exorcisms. And my last but sorely not least con of this series is the lack of further development between Rin and Shimi, Yukio and Shura. I can excuse Yukio and Shura because they're very secondary characters, but we get the feeling that these two have known each other for a long time, and we only get at least 1 2-minute scene of them actually, when they were younger, getting to know each other, and that was not enough. I wanted to feel a stronger bond between Yukio and Shura. They're supposed to be these kind of rivals, but it just doesn't feel that way to me. It feels like they're just bantering back and forth for no reason. I would have loved a further development between those two characters. I think what bothered me the most was the lack of further development between Rin and Shimi. I mean, we had this really awesome relationship building up. It was going somewhere and then phew! I mean, granted, it is a shonen action anime, but come on, if Shakugan no Shana can develop a romance anime and have an action anime in it as well, I think that No Exorcist could do the same thing. So to me, it just really lacked in that area. I needed a more stronger bond between these two. But overall, No Exorcist is one hell of an anime. Yeah, you get it? You get it? Yeah, that wasn't funny. It's just a fun ride from beginning to end with a compelling story, interesting characters, and entertaining and intense action scenes. And that's why I'm going to give this anime a 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth the watch. If you like shonen action animes, I highly recommend that you check this one out. It's worth the watch. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you find it cliche? And also let me know, what is your favorite shonen action anime? I don't think I asked you guys that before, but if I did, who cares? I asked you again. Comment below and let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace, YouTube.